Okay, hello students. So welcome to my channel. Please subscribe the my channel, press the bell button, press the like button and share it. So today one concept I have taken, so that is the prism, refraction through a prism. What is a prism means? It's on three rectangular surfaces, so they are bonded together, that will be forming the what? Triangular shape, so that we are going to call prism. In prism, so how the angle of deviations are takes place, and here we are going to calculate the refraction through a prism means, so we are going to calculating the n equal to sin a plus d divided by 2 whole divided by sin a by 2. Okay, so that formula we are going to deriving here. So now here we are going to considering the one principal section of that prism. So this ABC is called of the prism. Here we are going to see that when a ray travel from rarer medium to the denser medium, so the ray it will be bend towards the normal. Again, when a ray passes from denser to rarer medium, it will be bent away from the normal. Okay, so this is the one triangular shape. Because of that, so the deviation is going to be maximum and minimum. We are going to see that at a particular angle of incidence. So this is the one ray, that ray we are going to call PQ. That ray, it is the incident ray. So when it is incident on the surface AB, okay, by making an angle of I1, angle of incidence, that is I1. So when a ray passes from one medium to the another medium, the ray it will be bent towards normal. So normal means this is Qn is the one normal to the point of incidence. So it will be bending towards the normal by making an angle of refraction, that is R1. Okay, so that will be what? R1. Again this ray it will be move. Okay, so and it is incident onto the surface AC. So by the making of angle R2 is the angle of incidence. So it is travel from denser medium to the rarer medium. So when a ray travel from denser to rarer medium, it will be bent away from the normal. Okay, so that will be RS. So by making an angle of emergence I2 equal to E. Actually I2 equal to E means we are going to say that it's an emergent ray, angle of emergence. So here delta 1 and delta 2 are the angle of deviation. Delta 1 and delta 2 are the what? Angle of deviation. Now we are going to see that in the figure what we have to write down in the examination. So in the figure ABC, it is the triangular prism of principal section. I1 is the angle of incidence. I2 equal to E, that is angle of emergence. We are going to see that R1 equal to angle of refraction for AB, refracting surface. R2 is the angle of incidence for AC. So delta 1 equal to what? It is the difference between the angle of incidence to the angle of refraction. So that is angle of deviation for AB surface. We are going to see that. Again similarly, delta 2, it is the difference between the I2 minus R2, that is angle of deviation for the AC surface. To derive this one, first of all we are going to calculating the what? Angle of prism, that is A. Okay, so A we are going to find out. For that A, so we are required the what? One quadrilateral. So that quadrilateral means here we are going to see that the quadrilateral AQNR. AQNR is the one quadrilateral. Okay, so angle Q and angle R. So this one we are going to see that AQNR means this one is perpendicular. It is the normal to the incidence of this one surface means it is perpendicular to the surface, that is 90 degree. This also 90 degree and this also 90 degree. Both are it is 90 degree. So the sum of these two, what we are getting now, 180 degree. So as we are knowing that in quadrilateral the sum of the opposite angle must be equal to the what? 180 degree. So we are getting that 180 degree. So we are going to write down this one. In a quadrilateral AQNR. Okay, so in quadrilateral AQ NR we are taking it. So the opposite angles means this one angle Q and angle R, the sum of the angle Q and angle R is equal to 180 degree. Angle Q plus angle R equal to 180 degree. Similarly, so we are going to take the what angle A plus angle QNR. So QNR, angle QNR equal to 180 degree we are considering. So this is we are going to call the 180 degree. So that we are going to call the 180 degree. Okay. So next we are considering the one triangle that is QNR. So from triangle QNR, from triangle what we are considering the QNR. So in that QNR, the sum of three interior angle of a triangle is equal to 180 degree. So the sum of three interior angle means R1 plus R2 plus angle QNR equal to 180 degree. Okay. So we are comparing equation 1 and 2. Comparing equation 1 and 2. Comparing equation 1 and equation 2. So when you are comparing equation 1 and 2, so there we are going to get the what? Angle A equal to, so angle R1 plus angle R2. Angle R1 plus angle R2. This we are going to call the equation 3. Okay. So now this is the angle of incidence we have got. So now angle of deviation we are going to calculating. So to find angle of deviation, that is delta. To find angle of deviation, delta. Okay. So delta, this is the one exterior angle of a triangle. This triangle QMR. Okay, QMR. So that is the delta is the exterior angle. That exterior angle is equal to the sum of two interior angle of a triangle. So that we are going to write down from triangle QMR. Okay, sorry, from triangle QMR. Okay, so triangle QMR. So this is the delta is the exterior angle is equal to sum of the two interior angles, that is delta 1 plus delta 2. Already I wrote the value of delta 1 means what? So delta equal to I1 minus R1 plus I2 minus R2. So we will going to separate the I1, I2 and R1 and R2. So like this way we can write down, or we can rewrite this. So I1 plus I2. So minus sign I'll put here. So this one what we are getting now, R1 plus R2. Okay. From equation 3 what we are getting now, angle A equal to R1 plus R2. So that we can write down here. So delta equal to I1 plus I2 minus angle A. So this we are going to call the equation 4. This is what we are going to call the equation 4. I hope you people understood this much. So now next we are going to see that angle of deviation. So angle of minimum deviation. So next we are going to understanding the what? Angle of minimum deviation. So what we are going to call the angle of minimum deviation. So as the angle of incidence increases, so the first angle of incidence increases, angle of deviation first it is decreasing, and again the angle of incidence as it is gradually increases, again what happens now, so that at a particular again it will going to be increases. So how exactly I will going to show it. You see this one. This is angle of incidence. So this side is a angle of deviation. angle of deviation. Okay, so first as the angle of incidence increases, means this one is going to be increases. First it is angle of deviation decreasing, again afterwards what happens now, it will be increases like this way. Okay, so it will be increasing like this. So then as a particular angle of deviation, if I taken like this way, this is the delta value at particular angle of deviation. So this is first we are getting the what, angle of incidence. So that is I2, that is angle of emergence we are going to call. When at a particular angle of deviation, that is minimum deviation, there we are going to see that I1 equal to I2. So this we are going to call delta equal to dm. Okay, so delta equal to dm. So at minimum deviation, what we are going to understanding means, here I1 equal to I2 equal to I. Okay, I1 equal to I2 equal to I, and R1 equal to R2 equal to R. Why we are getting this type of, because so this inside the QR is the refracted ray, so that will be equal to the BC. When it will be equal to the BC, so this R1 and R2 is equal and I1 is equal to I2. So because of that reason, so what happens now, this will becomes the water. So at the minimum deviation, so delta equal to delta M, so I1 equal to I2. So because of that I have written the what, I1 equal to I2 equal to I, and R1 equal to R2 equal to R. So when it is possible, so when so delta equal to dm, delta equal to what is that, dm. So now we are going to again we are going to take the what, equation, that is from equation 2. Equation 2 what we have got, so equation 2 we get the angle A equal to R1 plus R2. So at the minimum deviation R1 plus R2 is nothing but the R plus R. So therefore angle A equal to 2R we are getting. Okay, so 2 we are getting, this is equation 4 we can write it. Okay, so that will be the what, equation 4 we can write it. So next we are going to see that angle A equal to 2R we got now. So next from equation 3, so what we are getting now, so delta equal to dm, that is delta equal to I1 plus I2 minus R1 plus R2. So this is we are going to call the what, delta equal to, this one is dm. Okay, this one is dm, and this is I1 plus I2, that is I plus I. So this is minus R1 plus R2 is A. Okay, so this will send this side, so therefore A plus dm equal to 2I. A plus 2m equal to what is that, 2I. So this we are going to call the equation, this we can write down rewritten, R equal to A by 2. This is equation 4 we can write it. So in this one we are going to see that I equal to A plus dm divided by 2. So this we are going to call the equation 5. What we are going to call the equation 5. So now from Snell's law, okay, so from Snell's law it is saying like this way, from Snell's law, okay, so that is n equal to sin I by sin R, sin I by sin R. So I value what is that, A plus, will substitute here, sin I value it is A plus dm by 2 whole divided by sin R. R value is A by 2. So this we are going to substitute. So therefore n equal to sin of A plus dm by 2 whole divided by sin A by 2. Okay, so this is the ultimate equation we got. This we are going to call the sixth equation. So this much only you have to write it. Show that n equal to sin a plus dm divided by 2 whole divided by sin a by 2. Okay, I hope you people understood.